You're right, guys, welcome back to another video. Today's going to be something slightly different. With the Euros coming up and the England squad that's been announced, I've decided to make a quick video of my thoughts on the squad, as there is some dodgy choices, I would say, by old Gareth. So let's have a look at the team. I'll read it out first to you guys. So in goal, we've got four keepers. We've got Dean Henderson, Jordan Pickford, Sam Johnston and Aaron Ramsdale. Obviously Nick Pope's out injured, so big blow for England. I think he's the best goalkeeper overall. Defenders, you've got Trent, Maguire, Mings, Trippier, Walker, Cody, Chilwell, James, Godfrey, Shaw, Jones and Ben White. So again, some good picks there. I'll give my thoughts on it in a minute. Midfielder, you got Jordan Henderson, Jude Bellingham, Mason Mount, Jesse Lingard, Declan Rice, Calvin Phillips and James Ward-Prowse. And then the forwards are Harry Kane, Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho, Raheem Sterling, Ollie Watkins, Phil Foden, Saka, Jack Greenish, Greenwood and Calvert-Lewin. Now first we'll go through the goalkeepers. As I said, it's a big blow that Pope's missed out for me. Big blow. He's our overall best goalkeeper. Unfortunately, that now means that probably Jordan Pickford's going to start, which for me is really bad. I think Jordan Pickford's a woeful goalkeeper. He makes too many mistakes. Yeah, he can make a good save here and there, but he's just too indecisive. He makes really bad decisions. Same as Henderson, really. I mean, Henderson's very rash at times. He's only young still. He makes really bad decisions. And rush, you saw the Liverpool game where he just run out and kept making mistakes after mistakes. Obviously, this is a provisional squad, so out of them goalkeepers, I don't expect Ramsdale to go. I expect him to be dropped out. Obviously, 7 players have to be dropped out, and I think Ramsdale will be one of them. Moving into the defenders, I think Trent. I picked my squad for my podcast that I do a couple of weeks back, last week, sorry. And Trent didn't make it for me. I can see why he's in there. He's had a good end to the season, and on his day, Trent's good. So I get why Southgate's done that. Me personally, I still wouldn't have took him. I would have took Wan-Bissaka over Trent. Harry Maguire, he's injured, so I get why he's put him in a 33-man squad just in case he has to take him out. Hopefully, for England and for Southgate, you don't have to. I don't rate Maguire that much, but probably still one of our better defenders. Mings, yeah, good shout. He's a good defender. Only left-footed centre-back that we have, so he needs to be in the squad. I just feel like if you've got a left-footed centre-back on the left-hand side, it's a much better balance to the team. Kieran Trippier, I'm not a big fan of Trippier. He was, I'd say, average at Tottenham, but you've got to give it to him. He went to Atletico Madrid. He's won the league now this year. So yeah, he probably deserves his place in there. You can't have Premier League bias. You've got to look at other squads. Same with Sancho, really. You've got to look at other squads around the world that have English players, and you've got to just go from there, really. Kyle Walker, shoe-in, has to be in there. It's not about anything other than, he can get us out of a bind with his pace. If we're getting catched on the counter-attack, he can get back. So for me, he has to be in there. Connor Cody, he could be one of the guys that miss out. He could be. On his day, he's a good defender, but is he better than other options that we have? Debatable. Ben Chilwell, he's left a lot to be desired, in my opinion. I don't see the wow factor with him that everyone else does, to be honest. But I guess, you could say he's still a bit young, so he could turn it around. Reece James, he's the opposite of Chilwell. He's young, but he's showing his potential already. And for me, I think Reece James is a shoe-in. He has to go. He's been a great player. I don't think I had him in my team when I did it for my podcast, but when you look at it, he's a good player. So yeah, I understand why he's there. Godfrey, yeah, I mean, he's had a right season with Everton. I mean, I'd take him probably for the experience, but I don't think I'd start him. Luke Shaw, I'm not sure. He's a good player. I took him in my team, but I don't know. I'm a bit worried with the way that he ended the season. Now Ben White, I'm a big Ben White fan, and I'm hoping that West Ham can sign him in the summer. But I doubt they will. Doubt even they'll go for him, to be honest. But he's a great prospect for the future, and he's a great player. he'll be one that misses out when it comes to kicking out players of the squad. But I think he deserves to be in there simply because of his ball playing. And if Southgate is going to play three at the back and he wants ball playing defenders, he's got to be in there. Him with Stones and Maguire, I think's a great back three. Midfield, again, Henderson's there, but he could be injured. I saw that he was on the bench for Liverpool last game of the season, so hopefully he'll be fit, because he's crucial to have him next to Rice, and lead him from the midfield, because Henderson's, whatever you want to say about him, he's a great leader of men, and he can take us further in the tournament, when you need that experienced head around. Bingham, great for the future, and I think he could possibly do it now, so he has to be in there. Good pick by Southgate. I'm glad that he's picking players based on what they're doing, not just names. Mason Mount, months ago I would have said no way, get him out of the team, but like many other people, he's proved me wrong, and he's proved that he deserves to be in that team. Mason Mount, great shout, well done Southgate for that one. Jesse Lingard, now, as you know, I'm a West Ham fan, and when Jesse Lingard came in, he was a revelation. If it weren't for Jesse Lingard, we wouldn't be where we are. We wouldn't have finished 6th. But for the past 4 or 5 games, he's done nothing. For me, he's done nothing. He's been lazy, he's been giving the ball away, and his form's dropped drastically. And I think personally, putting Lingard in the team, yeah, he can do it on his day, and we know what he can do because he did it for West Ham. But you've got to take players that are on form. And the fact that Joe Willock is not even in the provisional squad when he scored 7 in a row for midfield, and Jesse Lingard, who did what he did, granted, and I appreciate what he did for West Ham, but he's been poor the last few games. And not even unlucky poor, he's been poor. He's not even been in the games. I watch West Ham games a lot. He's been poor. He's been giving the ball away. He's not been tracking back. He doesn't even bother to try and put tackles in. I think Joe Willock should have gone over Lingard, my opinion. You can't say I'm biased because I'm a West Ham fan. But speaking of that, Declan Rice, future England captain, for me, first name on a team sheet. You could say I'm biased with him and Kane. I think it's him or Kane, first name on the team sheet. What the thing with Rice, and you noticed it if you watch West Ham games, when we didn't have him, we had no one that was making them last-ditch tackles, breaking up in the midfield. He's not as good as Kante, but he's like a Kante. He wins the ball back when you don't think he's going to do it. He just nips it off the defender. And that is what Declan Rice is. That is what he always is. And I think, with him and Kane, first 2 names on the team sheet. Kelvin Phillips, I didn't put him, I didn't take him in the squad, but I can see why Southgate has. He's a good player on his day, and you could say he deserves to be in the team. Me personally, I would have took Joe Willock over Lingard, is the big one for me. And Ward-Prowse sneaks in there as well, but I think Ward-Prowse has got to go because of set pieces. If we've got late on in the game and we need a goal and we're getting set pieces, corners, free kicks, bring Ward-Prowse on. If it goes to penalty shootouts, it's heading to penalties, bring Ward-Prowse on. He's a penalty taker. He's got to go. He's got to go. If he doesn't go, it's a crime. Now we get into the forwards where the juicy bits happen. Now, Harry Kane. If anyone's left Harry Kane out of the Euro squad for England, I think they need to get the brains checked. Because Harry Kane, other than Rice, is probably the best player in the team, and he's like the first name on the team sheet. End of discussion. Marcus Rashford, probably lucky to get there, to be fair. He's been pretty poor this season. I've not seen him do much this season. Fair play, he did all the things off the pitch for the children and stuff, and that's great, and he's a great lad, and you can see he comes across as a great person, so yeah. But football-wise, I'd say you could be lucky to get in there. Sancho, I don't see a lot of the German league, I admit, but what I have seen of him, he deserves to be in the team. He can do something special on his day, and he's got to go. Raheem Sterling nearly missed out on my Euro squad. I literally put him in at the last second, because I didn't have him in, but I put him in at the last second over Danny Ings, and he's lucky to go as well, man, because he's been poor this season. Pep's dropped him. Pep don't want to play him, and that tells you how poor Sterling's been this season. So for me, he's lucky to go, but I can see why Southgate is talking him. Ollie Watkins, I think he'll be another one that drops out. On his day, he's a good player. I would have him at West Ham all day long. Snap your hand off. But personally, he'll be lucky to get into it. Foden, shoe-in, has to go. He's the best young English player that we have by far. He's the next Gascoigne, he's the next Joe Cole, he's the next whatever you want him to be. He is going to go to the top if he keeps his head in the game. If he gets distracted like all these young players normally do with the money and the cars and the women and whatever else, a bit like what James Maddison's done, he's gone off the rails. You know, you hear all these in the background stories about things that he's doing and all this stuff. And Foden's done that himself with the COVID breach that he made, and he's got to get his head back in the game. If you want to be, you're being compared to the next David Silva for Man City. You've got to be up there all the time. And I think he's got it. He could win a Ballon d'Or. He could be the first English player to win a Ballon d'Or since Michael Owen. I believe I got that right. I think Michael Owen's the last English player to win it. And if he can win it, Foden can definitely win a Ballon d'Or. So for me, he has to go, but he has to keep his head. Saka has to go. Now, Saka, is he overrated? Probably by Arsenal fans, probably. But he has to go because he's a good player and he's versatile. He can play left back, left wing back, right wing back, right midfield, left midfield, winger. He can play anywhere, Saka. So you have to take him because of the versatility. So if he doesn't get in, I think Southgate has made a mare there. Jack Greenish has to go. On his day, he can do anything. He's a special player. He just needs to stop diving on the floor and faking injury, because I don't like players like that, and that's what Greenish has to stop doing. But personally, he has to go. Greenwood, again, has to go. For me, he's in the starting 11 on the right-hand side of midfield. He's a baller. I love Greenwood. He can finish for days. He's a natural finisher. He has to go. And if he doesn't go, it's a crime. Calvert-Lewin, for me, doesn't go. He started the season well and he was scoring great goals, and he just fallen away. He hasn't done it since the end of the year, I think. He's just been poor. So yeah, for me, he doesn't go. And I don't get why Gareth Southgate would put Calvert-Lewin in there when he could have put, Tomori in at defence. Where is Tomori? Tomori's got to be in this squad. I put Tomori in over Cody or Godfrey. What's he doing? Just Premier League biased. But overall, I think it's a decent squad. I just think he's made some errors picking certain players, i.e. Calvert-Lewin should be nowhere near his team. Calvert-Lewin should not be in the England team. If you're going to take another striker, for me, you try and get Vardy out of retirement. You do everything to get Vardy out of retirement, because Calvert-Lewin's not at that level. If you take Kane off, you put Greenwood up front. You don't put Calvert-Lewin. Greenwood is a much better finisher than Calvert-Lewin, so why would you... You know what I mean? Rashford can play there. I'd personally take Ollie Watkins over Calvert-Lewin, but that's just me. So yeah, overall it's a decent squad. I'll just pick the 7 players now that I think should miss out. So Ramsdale misses out. Cody misses out. Unfortunately, Ben White... No, I'm going to pick who I think should miss out. Ben White stays in for me because he's a decent baller. So as I said, Ramsdale comes out. Cody comes out. It's either Trent or Trippier comes out. I think Southgate's going to go for Trippier over Trent. But I will keep Trent in over Trippier. So Trippier will come out. That's 4 players. I think Lingard comes out. That's 5. Watkins is 6. And Calvert-Lewin 7. So they're my 7 players that are going to come out of the squad. Sorry, mate. Sorry, lads. It's nothing personal. I just don't think it's good enough for the team. So that's Ramsdale, Trippier, Cody, Lingard, Watkins, Calvert-Lewin. I've only picked 6. Did I mention another one? Oh yeah, wait. So that's Ramsdale, Trippier, Cody, Lingard, Watkins, Calvert-Lewin. So that was only 6. So I need to pick one more. It's tough, man. It's tough. I don't want to lose anyone else, really. So we've got Trent and Walker. Both can play right back. Do we need Reece James? Yeah, so I'll take out Reece James as my 7th one. Just because Walker can play right back as well, so we don't need another right back. Yeah, they're the 7 that I'll take out. The 7 I think Southgate will take out will be Ramsdale, Trent. No, actually, he'll keep Trent in. He'll take out James as well. He'll take out Ben White. He'll take out Cody. That's 4 already. He'll take out Ward-Prowse. He'll take out Watkins. And he will take out Greenwood. I think they're the 7 that Southgate will take out. I've said the 7 that I would keep in. So let me know in the comments, guys, if you agree with what I've said in the video. If you agree with the 7 that I would take out. And if you agree with Southgate's squad, let me know if you think he's made a mare. Yeah, remember to like, comment and subscribe, guys, because that keeps me going. We can have a good conversation, you know. But personally, yeah, I think the England squad could have been better. But he's never going to win, is he? If he picks certain players, other fans are not going to be happy and all this. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, and if you think what I said was good, give me a like down below. Smash that like button. And yeah, until next time, bid you adieu and goodbye.